Hey everyone, welcome back to Frontend Insight. Today we are tackling a coding problem, checking if every value in one array has a square equivalent in another array. Okay, so this problem is great for practicing array manipulation, understanding frequencies, and is commonly asked in coding interviews. So let's dive in. Okay, so here's the problem. We have two arrays. Okay, so array 1 and array 2. Okay, we need to check if every number in array 1 has its square in array 2. Okay, so for example, if array 1 is 123 and array 2 is 149, okay, the function should return true because 1 in array 1 has 1 square in array 2. Okay, so 2 in array 1 has 4 in array 2. 3 in array 1 has 9 in array 2. Okay, so it will give 2. Okay, so but if array 1 is 1 2 3 and array 2 is 1 4 4, it should return false since there is no 9. There is no 9 for 3. Okay, so in array 2 and there's an extra 4. Okay, so let's start by defining our function. We will call it hash square match and it will take two arrays, array 1 and array 2 as an argument. Okay, so let me write hash square match. Okay, so it will take two arrays, array 1 and array 2. Okay, and our logic will goes here. Okay, so the first thing we can check if whether array 1 and array 2 have the same length. If they don't, we know right away that they can't match, so we will return false. So we'll write our logic here. If array 1 dot length is not equal to array 2 dot length, so we will return false here. Okay, so this quick check can save time because if the arrays don't have the same length, it's impossible for all values to match as per the rule. Okay, so next we need to count how many times each value appears in both arrays. Okay, so we can do this by creating empty objects. Okay, so by creating empty object means two empty objects. So let's say frequency counter 1 and the frequency for frequency counter 1 for array 1 and frequency counter 2 for array 2. So let's create the variable let frequency counter 1 giving empty object, then frequency counter 2. Okay, so these objects will help us to track the count for each value and making it easy to compare the frequencies later. Okay, so now we will loop through array 1 and populate the frequency counter 1 with each number, and its count will do the same for array 2 and store those counts in frequency counter 2. Okay, so for array 2. Okay, let me write for, so we will use for of, okay, so this is 12 and this is our array 1. Okay, so let me quickly copy it. Because we are doing this for array 2 as well, the same thing. Okay, then we have frequency counter 1 of val. Okay, then we need to frequency counter 1 of val or 0, then we will add 1. Okay, so for same thing for, so we will do the same thing for frequency counter 2. Okay, so this means every time we encounter a value, we increase its count in the respective frequency counter. Okay, so for here we will do for array 1 and this is for array 2. Okay, so now comes in the main logic. Okay, so we will loop through each key in frequency counter 1 and check if the array of the key exists in frequency counter 2. Ensure that the count of the square in frequency counter 2 matches the count of the original value in frequency counter 1. Okay, so let me write that. So again it's a for, sorry, write for let key of, sorry, let key in frequency counter 1 if key into frequency counter 1, sorry, frequency counter 2 is yeah, shipment not occur nahi rahega. If it is not there, okay, then we return false. Okay, then again we need to write it again, the condition. If frequency counter 2 key to square, this means the square, double multiplication sign in this and the square. Okay, then is not equal to frequency counter 1 of key, so this will return false. So if any squared values is missing or has a different count, we return false. If everything matches, we continue. Okay, so we continue. Okay, so finally, if the loop completes without returning false, it means all values in array 1 have their squared counterparts in array 2. So with the same frequency, so we return true. Okay, so return true. Okay, so let's test our function with few examples. So for example, to see if it works, first we will test it with the matching arrays and then a non-matching case. Okay, so Let me console it log as squared match, and we will pass two arrays we already have, that is 123 and 249, 149, and 149. Let's test this. It should give us true. Okay, so the array we passed is correct arrays. So it's given us the true. Okay, let's try with some other array. We write the 4 here. We save it again and then run it again. Now we got the false. Okay, so true and false. Okay, so our function correctly returns true for the first example, and false for the second example. Okay, so it's working fine. So here's the complete code for our function. Okay, so uh, let's have the easy explanation to summarize. Here's what our function has does. It checks if both the arrays are on the same length. So first we check if both the arrays are on the same length. Okay, same length we check first. Okay, then it creates frequency counter for each array to track occurrences. So this is the frequency counter for each array to track the occurrences. Okay, so and then it verifies that each number in array 1 has square counterpart. Each number is in array 1 has square counterpart in array 2. Okay, so with matching frequency. Okay, and then we return true. Okay, so and that's it. We have created a function to check if every value in one array has a square equivalent in another. So with the same frequency, if you found this with the same frequency. Okay. So if you found this video helpful, please like, share and subscribe, and let me know in the comment what coding problem you would like to see the next. Thank you.